Ukrainian Foreign Minister Pavlo Klimkin says his country would like Canada to provide it with defensive weapons, a need he cites just as a U.S. aid package containing such assets is reportedly making its way to Congress and the White House for approval. The answer is definitely yes. It's the same approach towards the U.S., he told reporters at the Halifax International Security Forum this weekend, discussing requests to both countries. As ABC News reported on Friday, the U.S. National Security Council approved sending a $47 million U.S. grant package for Ukraine to Congress that would enable the country to receive U.S.-made defensive weapons, including Javelin anti-tank missiles. Story continues below advertisement. Ukraine, which saw the Crimean Peninsula invaded and annexed by Moscow in 2014, has since been fighting a war with Russian-backed rebels in the eastern portion of its territory. The conflict has cost more than 10,000 lives and is reducing the Donbas region, once a key part of Ukraine's industrial heartland, to an economic wasteland. Mr. Klimkin says he believes there are more than 2,000 pieces of Russian hardware in eastern Ukraine, including armored vehicles, tanks and howitzer guns. We need more defense equipment from our friends and partners, he said. Any modern army should be capable of fighting the Russians. Mr. Klimkin added the Ukrainians would like to acquire more electronic warfare and countermeasure equipment, as well as further help with logistics and training. The Ukrainian envoy declined to discuss the contents of the proposed U.S. defense package, but said about the aid that I believe they will make the right decision on that. Canadian Defence Minister Harjit Sajjan, wrapping up the government-sponsored conference on security and defence topics in Halifax, did not directly answer a question on whether the Liberal government would provide such weapons to Ukraine. Story continues below advertisement. Story continues below advertisement. More than 1.3 million Canadians, including Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland, can trace their heritage to Ukraine, where Canada is currently training Ukrainian soldiers to fight the Moscow-backed rebels. Canada, dating back to the former Harper government, has held off on providing defensive weaponry to Ukraine because the U.S. administration has been unwilling to offer this assistance. Such aid could very well provoke Moscow. Mr. Sajjan noted that Canada and Ukraine signed a defense cooperation agreement this past April, and Ottawa has committed to add Ukraine to the country's automatic firearms country control list measures that could open the door to Canadian companies selling weapons to Kiev. He made no commitments to provide weapons, but said that Canada needs to first ensure the Ukrainians are trained and capable of using any assistance provided, including non-lethal aid from telecommunications equipment to a field hospital. If you don't know how to use it, then its effect is useless. Mr. Klimkin said he talked to Canadian officials during his Halifax visit about Kiev's quest for a United Nations peacekeeping mission in eastern Ukraine. Story continues below advertisement.